Hello everyone, it's Carly from the Poetry of Nice, and I've been MIA for a few weeks. If you haven't noticed, just over Christmas and New Year, it was a little crazy. A lot of sickness and weirdness going on, but it's all okay. So I'm playing catch up. So what I'm going to do is kind of put up a few different videos pretty close together, so kind of stay tuned for that. And I'm just going to kind of catch up on those few weeks that I did not give you my Etsy and eBay sales numbers, because I like to break things down by week, and I like to kind of be transparent and show you guys everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, all that kind of stuff. So this week that I'm going to do is the 18th of December, which is a Sunday, through to the 25th of December, obviously Christmas Day. And yes, this will be Etsy, eBay. What I'll do is I will show you what's sold. I'll let you know what it's sold for, what I paid for, and where I got it from. And then at the end, I will give you like my gross profit and then my net profit, after taking out things like fees, listing fees, final value fees, and the actual cost of buying the items, all those kind of things there, so that you'll get a good kind of solid picture of everything. Okay, so let me just dive right in. Etsy first. So the first thing from this time period that I sold was this teaspoon rest here. Did have a little bit of damage, like very small chips and stuff here and there, like you can kind of see down here, that kind of thing. But it was an otagiri from Japan, and I paid 50 cents for this from a church rummage sale, and I actually sold it for $14.95, mostly due to the little chips and damages here and there. I think I probably would have been able to get a little bit more if it had not been a bit beaten up. The next thing is this set of, sadly only three, because the fourth just wasn't there at the estate sale, little juice glasses. So they really were not that tall at all, but they had this wonderful coloration to them from approximately the 1950s, very kind of mid-century. Like I said, they were fairly small. Yes, they were 3 3/4 inches tall, so they were little ones. But I paid $160 for the whole set. Like at the estate sale, when everything's broken down, that's how much I ended up paying for them, and they sold for $18.95. If I didn't mention it, buyer pays shipping pretty much all the time on my stuff. If for some reason a buyer has not paid shipping, I've done it as free shipping, I will just go ahead and let you guys know. And the next thing is this pillowcase here. I paid 25 cents for this. Blue's Clues, obviously made in the USA, from around the early 90s, and paid a quarter for this at a garage sale, and it sold for $9.95. It was double-sided, as you can see there. This little Dr. Zeus pin from 1996, so just scraped by as being vintage last year. This was actually free. Someone just gave this to me at a yard sale when they saw me looking at it, and it sold for $9.95. These cowboy boots were the sort of the big one of the Christmas week for me, because it did slow down a bit, obviously, when people kind of stop buying all their Christmas presents and stuff. Now, they bought these, I think, on the 22nd, and they did want them as a Christmas present for Christmas Day, so they ended up doing Priority Mail Express, and I actually took them in myself to the post office very first thing in the morning to kind of catch the truck before it left. Well, first of all, let me tell you, I paid $1.40 for these, $1.40 at a estate sale, and they sold for $124.95. So because this person had paid $125 and then they paid like $80 on top of that, whatever it was, for the express priority, I just went ahead and drove these to the post office to try and get them there for Christmas Day, and they did. They arrived on Christmas Eve, which is so exciting. But they were very cool. They had this kind of cutout detail here, as you can see. They were actually Sears vintage cowboy boots. Not too much terrible wear to them on the bottom. Just really a cool pair. Next thing, this is a vintage poker set. As you can see, all the chips are there. Now, the cards were kind of very random. There was a local one here for Knoxville, and then some horse racing ones, but the decks were complete. And obviously you can change out the decks if you want to. So I paid $1.40 for this at an estate sale, actually the same estate sale as I got the cowboy boots. As you can see, there was definitely some damage to the corner, things like that. And this sold for $19.95. This Coca-Cola crate is one of, I think I have two left, either one or two left. I bought 4 for 20 bucks, so $5 a piece, and I've been slowly selling them off. The last one I sold for 55, and this one, I mean, they do sit because they're kind of a dime a dozen, and people do use them for like decor and stuff. But 55 is a lot to pay for that, I think, anyway. So anyway, I dropped it down to $39.95, and it sold pretty quick, which I'm happy about. And obviously shipping for that is not particularly cheap either, so I get that for buyers. This vintage Sears baseball glove, I paid 25 cents for this at a yard sale, and it sold for $24.95. This is actually a left-handed one, so always check that when you're listing. It definitely makes a difference. Yeah, just a really cool piece and not bad at all for a quarter. So that was a total of my Etsy sales for that week. And the gross profit for Etsy, so again, before fees and all that kind of stuff, was $260.60. Onto eBay. This I got for 50 cents at a church rummage sale. They were just selling everything that wasn't nailed down, essentially. So I think I paid like 50 cents for if that. And I took a best offer of $12.50 with buyer paying shipping as well. So fair enough for just an old stapler. You know, you try things and you learn, I suppose. These were some really cute pajamas, I thought, at least, from the Disney store. I got these for $1 at a yard, at a yard sale. Really sweet with this like tartan print here. Like I said, paid $1 and they sold for $19.99 with buyer paying shipping. And I actually upgraded them myself to priority because it was getting close to Christmas, and I had a feeling that somebody wanted to wear them for Christmas Eve. This Rummy Cub or Rummy Game set I bought, gosh, in December. It was only up for less than a week, I think. I actually paid 64 cents for this when everything was parted out at the church rummage sale that I got it from, and it sold for $39.99 with buyer paying shipping. It was very cool. You don't see a lot of these. When I started doing research, I realized that these were fairly hard to come by as these like hard case sets. So, you know, always look for anything that looks like this. Take a peek at it, see if it's complete, and see what you're working with, because they just seem to sell on both Etsy and eBay, whether it's this or backgammon, all the poker sets. I just seem to do really well with them. And then the last thing that I sold on eBay this week was this original Superman movie poster. Unfortunately, it had quite a lot of damage, as you can see here in this photograph. The person who had it, I got it in a giant frame, and when I took it out of the frame, they had sort of like folded all up and torn some pieces off to make it fit. Like, oh my goodness, I was so unhappy. But anyway, I paid $5 for this, which fair enough, and I actually took a best offer of $30 with buyer paying shipping. And actually, to ship this, because you can see these fold lines here, which really do affect the value, and make sure that you state exactly what kind of folds there, whether they're tri-fold or anything like that. Do a little bit of research for that. I was actually able to fold it and just place tissue paper between each fold, and then secured it like with card on either side to make sure there'd be no bending. And so it was very easy to ship because of that. And I made sure that I stated in my listing, I'll show you down here, this is exactly how it's going to be shipped and how it's going to be folded with its existing folds, just so that they knew exactly what they would get and how it would be turning up. Okay, so my gross profit for eBay was $102.48. And everything altogether, my gross profit on Etsy and eBay for the whole week was $363.08. After all of my fees have been taken into consideration, so that is listing fees, PayPal fees, eBay store fees, final value fees, all those kinds of different pieces. Oh, and the cost of all the items, which everything you saw here cost me $17.54. All that taken into consideration, my net profit for the week of Christmas was $319.57, which is not too bad at all, considering I was expecting it to be slowing down. All right, guys, so I will leave you there with that, and what I'll do is I'll kind of keep going with a new video, and I'll catch you up on the next week, which is the week of New Year. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon. Bye.